Hello, Life Groups, and welcome back. We're so glad you're gathering again this week as we're continuing in our Running on Empty series. And today we're talking about pride. And if left unchecked, pride can leave us feeling empty, just like all the other topics that we've talked about throughout this series. And there's two different schools of thought on pride, right? It's one thing to be proud of something, proud of my kids, proud of the work that I've done, proud to be an American, whatever it might be. But then there's this other side of pride. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. In fact, the American Collegiate Dictionary defines pride as high or inordinate opinion of one's own dignity, importance, merit, or superiority. Now, pride is not just a spiritual thing, right? We see the evidence of pride everywhere we look, but within a spiritual context, pride is putting our own desires above God's desires, or we're putting our own interests above the interests of others. And in Matthew 22, Jesus says that the greatest commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and with all your mind. And this is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it, to love your neighbor as yourself. But you can't be prideful and love the Lord your God with all your heart. You can't be prideful and love your neighbor as yourself. You can't have both. C.S. Lewis says that for pride is a spiritual cancer. It eats up the very possibility of love or contentment or even common sense. And the hard truth is that for us, it is that we have a pride problem. And we have a pride problem because we have a sin problem. There's evidence of pride everywhere we look, right? And I think we're all guilty of having evidence of pride in our own lives. And whether we think that we're better than someone else, whether we struggle with authority, maybe it's being hypercritical of others, or a trouble admitting when we're wrong, maybe thinking that the rules don't apply to us, refusing to ask for help, and this list can go on and on and on. But the question we have to wrestle with is, does pride have a grip on my life? The good news is that there's a solution to pride, and the solution is serving God and serving others in humility. Now, why is that the solution? It's the solution because that's what Jesus did. He served others. He put others before himself. Now, that doesn't mean that for us, we become this human doormat that people just get to walk all over. No, we have to stand up for ourselves, but we can also stand up for ourselves while having an external focus, a focus that sees and focuses on the needs of others instead of having an internal focus on ourselves. And so our goal is to be more like Jesus, more today than we were yesterday, and more tomorrow than we are today. And that is the solution to pride. Enjoy your discussion today.